Hello and welcome to another StarCraft game. I'm your host LiquidJinx, and it looks like we have nexD, the orange Terran, versus nexD, the pink Terran. This is game 2 of their little game series, best of 3 I'm assuming, with nexD winning the first one with Marine Ghost, nexD losing with Marine Hellion Banshee. So it shall be interesting how this game goes. It'll be interesting to see if nexD tries to pull off the same play again, and if nexD is prepared for ghosts. So it looks like we have nexD, who's actually supply capped here at the moment. He hasn't put down his supply depot. It looks like he might be doing a fast expand. Yeah, there goes his SUV. He's gonna go throw down the orbital command. That is an interesting play and a dangerous play in a TVT, especially if they do a Marine siege tank push at 7 minutes. You won't have anything to defend against it, and your expansion will basically have been for nothing. So it's going to be quite interesting to see how this goes. Next, it's sending out his SUV to do some scouting, so it looks like he will be seeing this expansion going up because of how small the opening is here. It looks like he's actually going to spawn scouting the bottom area first. nexD doing the same thing, scanning the cross position from him. It's quite interesting, as neither of them are in the bottom area, and they scouted the exact same opposite areas. That's interesting. nexD seeing the expansion going down, he's probably like, what the hell is he doing? nexD seeing that nexD's got some Marines out, not able to actually fully scout his base because those Marines blocked him, and it looks like nexD might actually do something with those Marines. If I was nexD, and I'm sure if nexD was nexD and he was smart, he would push out with, like, he wouldn't expand, he would throw down double barracks and just start pushing, because nexD doesn't have anything. He's got a Marine, and that's it. Looks like nexD's actually turned down a bunker now, just because he knows he is vulnerable to attacks. Those Marines are gonna get there before the bunker goes up, killing the SUV. It looks like they will be taking out the Marine. Oh, there comes the second Marine. Taking out the mule, that's pretty smart actually. Taking out the second SUV. And going to do some damage on that bunker. But it looks like nexD is actually going to pull back here. Looks like there's a go stem pack by nexD. We will be seeing Marauders here hopefully quite soon. Throwing down a third barracks, and nexD forming his second command center into an orbital, and then I'm assuming he will be flying it to his natural, getting the Zelnaga towers now for vision. nexD throwing down a factory. We might see tanks from nexD, and it's going to be interesting. nexD just flying his command center and landing it into his natural. Looks like he's throwing down 2 mules and bringing some SUVs from his main. MtnDew's got a starport on the way, and his second refinery. nexD getting the level 1 weapon upgrades for his Marine Marauders. Now in this game, getting the level 1 upgrades this early would be okay because neither player is actually going to see harassment from the other player, and it doesn't look like they're going to be pushing here anytime soon. But normally in any game, you don't want to get a quick weapon or armor upgrade right off the bat, just because if the other player does push, that 100 minerals could have gone to another Marauder or another 2 more Marines. So, and that could be what it takes to win the battle that's happening. So you never want to get them right off the bat. They're usually better for mid to late game, where you have the resources to do it and the army to hold off his army to do it. Yeah. nexD getting down to a factory and a starport now. Looks like we will be seeing Hellions from him again. MtnDew sending out some medivacs. Looks like he's going to do a medi drop on nexD, as nexD's actually going to be pushing out with his Marines. That's going to be interesting. MtnDew has no Marines in his bunker anymore, and it looks like he has stopped for Marine production. MtnDew dropping his Marines off in the back, and it looks like he will be moving them in. They don't have stem yet. nexD seeing this, sending his Marines back instead of going on for the push. MtnDew taking out the refinery. It doesn't look like he killed any of the SCVs, and they're just going to go to the natural, so that's not going to affect him too much. Here comes the Hellion. And a shit ton of Marines. They need to run away. It looks like MtnDew saved the day, losing 2 Marines. It looks like when he stemmed, the medivacs were unable to keep up the health. It looks like both of them are going mass Marines here at the moment, with the exception of nexD getting Hellions to MtnDew's medivacs. So MtnDew probably has the advantage over nexD. Getting the shield upgrade now, and he looks like he's actually got 5 barracks now. To nexD's 3. He has no Marauders coming. I would like to see him have Marauders coming from the tech lab. It looks like he has a few medivacs coming. Seeing if he can pull off a medi drop on himself. He does have his engineering bay up. I would like to see him throw down some turrets. He does have the minerals on it. He is floating on 1K. It would be a nice thing. Looks like MtnDew is going to go in for another medi drop here. He does have stem and shield. nexD's got stem and shield as well, and the level 1 weapon upgrades. So he will have an advantage over MtnDew, though MtnDew has more medivacs. nexD is floating on still a basically 1K. MtnDew is keeping his mineral count quite low. It looks like neither of them have turrets up. I don't see an engineering bay from MtnDew. That is going to be a problem. nexD going in for another medi drop. He still hasn't got any turrets up. I would like to see at least put some turrets up, like at least 1 turret. 1 turret's better than that. Here comes that medi drop. MtnDew's gonna see that medi drop. Stemming in a little early. That was a really early stem mount by MtnDew. I don't know if that was a misclick or. nexD, it looks like he's going to be losing most of his Marines there, as MtnDew had the high ground. MtnDew throwing down his 3rd, so it looks like he's trying to get ahead economically over nexD. nexD floating on 1200. still. Looks like we are going to see Blue Flame Infernal Pre-Igniter for those Hellions, so we will see Blue Flame Hellions here quite shortly. nexD going in for a medi drop, but sieging his tanks right outside the cliff, so he's got vision. That is going to fuck nexD up. In come nexD's Marines, stemming. nexD going to be running away here. Looks like nexD is just trying to lure nexD into range of the tanks. Looks like he might be he's meta dropping the tanks up onto the top, so he's got greater range. Amazingly, 2 tanks can fit in one medi. Oh shit. And that tank's just gonna take it. I don't know if that tank got a shot off, but it died real fast. Oh, and it looks like nexD was able to take out both tanks and the Marines, forcing nexD back. But he did lose a lot of his Marines, and he lost the mineral protection of his main. nexD doing a drop of his own, but that might that would have been suicidal. Look, he was able to save the Marines. nexD's got his third up now. He should be turning it into an orbital here quite soon, sending some SUVs over there. So he is ahead of nexD here at the moment with some siege tanks. Got more siege tanks coming, more medivacs, and a lot more Marines. I still don't see an engineering bay, so it looks like we won't be seeing turrets or the upgrades here anytime soon. nexD looks like he's gonna go in for the push here. nexD doing a medi drop of his own as well. It looks like nexD's force there wasn't enough to hold off nexD. nexD coming in for the push now. But it looks like nexD's gonna do this. It looks like it might be a base race here. nexD actually with the advantage of having quite a major force in his base. And it looks like nexD took out his natural, but nexD's main's going to be taken out here as well. And it looks like nexD's actually going to be retreating here. Pushing up with his force. Oh, it looks like there's still siege tanks down there. And it looks like nexD is going to be losing most of the supply depots here. Looks like he's gonna do a medi drop on the siege tanks here. Taking out the siege tanks. And it looks like he was able to stop that medi drop, but nexD's coming back with another push with a massive amount of Marines. nexD still got 2 full medivacs of Marines sitting there, flying them away just before they meet their fate. Here comes nexD stemming in. There's too many Marines for nexD. They're all going to die. nexD throwing down the GG, and it looks like nexD will win the best of 3 between them, winning the first game with Marine Ghost and winning the second game with siege tanks and Marines. Yeah, so it was a very good game. Both players, I believe, are masters. I know nexD's a masters. So I'm assuming nexD Prep and Masters are high ranking Diamond. It was a very good game. Very good. I don't know what to say. Other than stay tuned for more videos from STARCRAFT. I'm your host, LiquidJinx. Have a good day.